When it starts to get cold, all birds begin to fly south for the winter. They leave their nest abandoned, and our trees grow hollow, only left with the memory of their shadows. And for years, I wished our life was that easy. When times got a little bit too rough, we can just pack up our bags and move away and act like nothing ever happened. Like on May 13th, 2006, when my brother died from cancer, I dreamed that life was no longer fit for the honorable. And as if life was trying to prove its point right, 2 months later, my mother suffered a soul-shattering stroke, shaking savory syllables straight out of her mouth to the point that she forgot how to breathe. And her lungs were no longer strong enough to pray to the Lord to save her. Then, just 1 year later, my father, whose loins after our favor, was greeted with cancer and knew death to be a greater friend to him than this life ever was. And all I can remember is running. Running as if this pavement was my new home and every inch of it missed me. Running, cursing the skies and God, like, how could you ever let me down like this? Just snatch up my lifelines as if this tightrope wasn't hard enough to walk on without them. But like a roaring whisper, I heard my father say, "My son, what are you doing? So you were never raised to handle pain this way." You see, in this house, we believe in a God who's a savior. And yes, I know that life may suck sometimes, but remember what I always used to tell you. See, there are good days, but then there are better ones. But when you're covered underneath the blood of Jesus Christ, there's no such thing as bad ones. And I know that might be hard for you to take in, but let's breathe in more of this living word from our Father, like in James chapter 1, verse 2, it tells us that we should count it our joy for the random trials that we face in our lives. So regardless of how brisk or cold your wings are, take joy in the fact that you can still fly and that your heart is alive, dreaming of better days to smile again. He said, "See, son, you smile because your joy is not found in the treasures of this world, but in the hands of a mighty God." I mean, can you even imagine the streets paved with gold, with pearls of skipping stones? Or can you even imagine the endless fields of daffodils climbing those mountain-like clouds surrounding his glory? Or can you even imagine a beacon of light so bright that there was no need for sun, with the roaring of lightning and the glittering of thunder surrounding his throne, with thousands and thousands and thousands of angels screaming of his love, his love so strong that no hell on earth can compare to it. No pain so great that can't be fixed by his touch. He said, "See, my son, be faithful, for we all have our trials. However, they were never made to break you, but instead instill you with the tools for you to break out of these boxes that this world is trying to put you in." He said, "See, everything happens for a reason. So there's no reason that we should reason with the reason that we're still able to breathe." He said, "See, my God has a perfect plan for you. And regardless if that plan involves taking me, your mother, or your brother away from you, or any other struggle or trial that seems like it's going to kill you, remember that my God will always protect you. And your life was simply made to give him all the glory." So, when the world does seem to grow too cold, my son, there's no longer a need for running. Just fall in love with the warmth of God's palms. Surely he can soothe your cold bones.